Welcome, everyone, to the Real Walking Cast, episode 117. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Gloria. What's up, Gloria?
Hello, everyone.
All right, so we got to get Gloria's reaction to what happened on Sunday with The Walking Dead. Sing me a song.
Yes.
What'd you think, Gloria?
Oh, my gosh. Well, we on the last one that I did with you, I talked about what I was like looking forward to this episode, because of the possibilities of what might happen on it based on the name of this episode, and it was why the name of the episode was that name. I wanted to hug Carl when he started to cry after Negan made him remove the bandage. I seriously did. In fact, I basically spent the entire episode wanting to hug Carl. Because trying to put yourself in his shoes like during the whole time, I would be freaking scared. He is brave. I'm telling you, he is brave, because I would have been trembling the whole time, thinking that any moment he might kill him. And
right.
So the fact that he wasn't, and he was able to stand up to him at certain times, it was like, wow, he is like the bravest. Also, him singing the song made me teary-eyed. No pun intended. It made me teary-eyed. Negan. Yeah.
Tell me when Negan held Judith.
Yeah, that made me cringe so much the whole time.
He kissed the baby too. He's like,
yeah.
It's like, oh my God. He tied his t-shirt on.
Poor Judith didn't even know she was being held by a bad man.
And he's sitting on the porch with his t-shirt on, drinking lemonade. Yeah. What's up, neighbor? That's the funny.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like I'm dropped into like a very creepy version of like, Mr. Rogers or something. Seriously, it freaked me out.
Well, let me ask you a question. Was he by himself?
No, he had a couple of people, because when Rosita and them showed up, there was a couple of other guys.
Okay, because I thought so, because there's no way he would be alone.
There was two trucks that went out. Jesus was on top of the second truck, and then there was the truck in front that had Negan and Carl in them. And then whenever they opened the gate and you saw there was three trucks. So I guess another one pulled out after the second one. But yeah, and Negan annoyed me to no end in this episode. Him swinging the bat around as Carl sung. And also the way he talked to Joey, the savior, about treating Lucille like a woman, the bat and everything. That was just ew.
Yeah, and talking about showing the girls, you know what?
Yeah. And then speaking of ew, because of the comic, I knew the reveal of Negan's harem of wives was coming, but finally seeing it on screen made me cringe. Ugh. It was definitely deeply uncomfortable and upsetting to watch, unsettling. Yet another woman pressured into marriage with Negan so her and her family won't be harmed or treated badly. Oh, poor Amber. Like, girl. Oh my gosh. Right. I don't know what I don't care what Negan's fans think. He is a rapist. He's just one that uses
he's a what?
He's a rapist. He just I know they say he's against rape and everything, but he needs of other people doing it. When it comes to him, he does it just with the mask of charm, his act of empathy, and his psychological manipulation into making it seem like he isn't a rapist, but he is. Like, it's just, kind of disguised as not, but he really is. Because he's pressuring these women by making them want to be with him so that way them and others that they care about won't be hurt. That's so that makes me hate his character so much. And then poor Dwight walks in on him and Sherry kissing. It's like, oh my gosh, poor thing. I am 100% now sure that the writers are setting up the Dwight's comic arc, because with Daryl hearing about the Negan, Sherry, and Dwight situation, him seeing Negan and Sherry kissing, and Dwight seeing it, and Daryl seeing through Mark what Dwight had to go through with Iron, it's the writers setting up. So Daryl ends up feeling sorry for Dwight when it's revealed that Dwight is a double agent. Daryl will be willing to trust him then, because otherwise I don't see how he could ever trust him, unless they make him save Carol's life.
I'm starting to think Dwight's wife is enjoying being with Negan.
Partly, yeah. But I don't know. It might be, but it seems weird that they're showing these different things that kind of make you feel sorry, because I don't feel sorry for Dwight, but Daryl is. It seems like Daryl is to a certain extent, and that's why.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Gloria was talking about the episode on Sunday, and I know you saw it. The reason why I didn't give you the link is because I thought that you were still watching the pay-per-view or you didn't see it.
I didn't see the whole thing. I saw most of it, but from what I missed, I know that it's actually pretty close to the comic.
Yeah,
Right.
it is very close to the comic.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I loved it ultimately, but I'm listing off. I've got them wrote down what all the stuff I was thinking afterwards because I rewatched it since last night, and so I was writing down all the things.
Well, Gloria, before you get into it, let me hear what Chris thinks.
Okay, what do you think, Chris?
I thought it was good. I mean, from what I saw, I thought it was good, and I'm happy that they stuck with the Carl and Negan kind of thing. I think they're possibly going to stick to that.
They are. It seems like it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm okay with pretty much everything that I saw. So I mean, I hope they keep this up. Next week looks pretty good. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have anything to complain about with this episode. Really.
Yeah, it was really good, actually. I liked it a lot.
I liked it too overall. Gabriel, I loved Father Gabriel in this episode.
He was really funny, actually.
Again, really funny. I also would want to get out of the car and risk walking back to Alexander Saves on than to stay in the car with stupid. I mean, seriously, Spencer is definitely getting his comic book death Sunday. I have a strong feeling about that. They had the convo with Olivia and Negan in this episode that was straight from the comic right before Spencer is killed. So, yeah, I think definitely. And then Spencer and Rosita and Eugene returned home at the end of this one. So it seems like they're lining up perfectly for Spencer to get his death next episode. So I hope, because I can't stand Spencer.
Spencer, I think, is going the way the Jodo.
Yeah. And then there's a surprise guest at the Talking Dead, so that's definitely most likely going to be Austin Nichols, who plays Spencer. So
yeah, he's done. He's done.
He is.
Thank God.
I also loved Eugene and Rosita's interaction this episode, the fierce monologue Rosita had,
Yeah.
How he felt bad. She felt bad afterwards, and Eugene understood why she said what she said. And then they were gonna make a great team. Cough, comic, Rosita, cough.
I mean, I don't like that whole thing which she did. That was really messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand she's frustrated and she's just mad because he was trying to stop her. But I can understand his side wanting to stop her because she's so angry. She's taken her anger and she's running with it instead of thinking what could happen if she tries to do what she wants to do. Slow her roll, like he said. He's trying to slow her roll.
Right.
And then one of my favorite moments, Daryl back in the cell. Not that he's back in the cell. That's not my favorite part. But thank God Easy Street wasn't playing, by the way.
I know.
Now the note with the keys made me so excited. It's either Dwight or Jesus. I think it's more likely Dwight for handfuls of reasons. The way Dwight talked on the stairs with Sherry in this episode, what he was saying, and then the way Dwight looked over at Daryl when Mark was getting ironed. And then the keys make it more possible for Dwight or even Sherry. But the football sounded heavy and loud, so it's more likely a Mel. So that's why I'm thinking leaning towards Dwight. And then they made it look like Daryl saw Jesus up on the roof of the truck.
Yeah, he did. Well, did you catch it that?
But he was on the truck.
Wait. Did you catch that Carl said something to Daryl, and Daryl said something to Carl very quick?
Yeah. But the thing is Jesus was on the second truck. Top of the second truck, not on Negan's truck. He was looking up on Negan's truck. Unless he got up on top of Negan's truck, but whenever it showed it from the top, no one was on it. But I think that was the Negan's truck, not the one behind it. So it makes me think, was that a red herring? It might have been that they were just making us think it's going to be Jesus to free him because he jumped off the truck. But with the keys, it makes it more likely that it's Dwight because he would be able to get the keys easier. And Dwight talking to Sherry. And then I think that the reason why, he saw, it looked like, and it made us think that maybe Daryl was seeing Jesus up on top, but then I'm thinking it could be a red herring and that he does get free because of Dwight, but then he sees Jesus outside once he gets out, and they go to a hilltop together or something like that afterwards, after he gets out of the main, cells or the doors or whatever, the pit. And probably the writers. We probably won't even find out who gave him the keys until the writers to reveal about if Dwight's a double agent or not. So, I mean, that might be
I don't think Dwight's a double agent. He's just a jerk.
I'm just talking about with the comic. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, they might stay with the comic, but I kind of wouldn't want him to be.
Well,
because I don't like him.
yeah.
I mean, there's a chance of it.
Off topic. Stephen Young got married this weekend.
Yeah.
And all the Walking Dead people were there, including Lori and Shane.
Yeah.
And Carol and Daryl and Rick.
Stephen and Joe, his wife. I love that couple. They're so cute.
That was so cool. And Chandler Riggs was in the wedding. That was great. So that must have been really something to see, actually, you know?
So happy for him.
That must have been the coolest thing to have it all, like just about everybody there.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
I mean, they're also still like close, so that's fun.
You saw that, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how he already called her wife even before they got married, because on the Talking Dead,
His wife, yeah.
Season premiere, he called her his wife. Then he said, "My wife said that's the perfect way for Glenn to go out." So it's kind of cute that even before they were officially married, he was calling her his wife already. That's adorable.
Yes.
Oh, cute.
So now we got the finale, I guess.
But Michonne, we talked Michonne.
Okay, talk about it.
I've got Michonne, her mission, it cracked me up. I was like, yeah, you go, girl. Beat that seek and savior woman up against every surface of that car. Oh, man, that made that
I mean, she killed a lot of walkers.
Yeah.
And put them in front of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Rick and Aaron, oh my gosh, Rick and Aaron, they need to be careful on that little boat with bullet holes. Try to get to the bigger boat with a pond full of walkers.
I mean, wouldn't it be a trap to do that? I mean, maybe it is a trap.
Yeah, maybe. I'm scared about it. But then, you know, I loved when Olivia slapped Negan. That was a good moment.
That was really good, actually.
Oh, and the season premiere, mid-season finale, I mean. Negan shaved his beard. And I said, okay, Negan, shaved beard. Me, my reaction, eek! He's even more comic Negan. And then Daryl running down the halls, me, for some odd reason, in the style of Forrest Gump. Run, Daryl, run! That was me during that preview.
So Spencer's croaking in the mid-season, probably.
Yeah, most likely. Because he dies like that in the comic.
But does Rick flip out that... Does Rick see Negan holding...
Well, it
Judith?
does show in the mid-season finale preview, it does show Rick looking all teary-eyed. So, like, you know, almost like he's having one of his moments of being broken again, looks like. So it might be that he comes home and he sees what happens, like, you know, gut it, Spencer. But, you know, what he doesn't know is that Spencer is not worth being upset about anyway, because he hated him. And everything.
Carl, he doesn't know what happened with Carl, too, so.
Yeah. And that Negan's there, and he's, like, messing with him. And
I just had a thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you remember how Negan told them to find him something interesting?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Rick fails, and Negan takes Judith as his interesting object.
Oh, crap.
Oh, he would go livid.
Oh,
and that's the turnaround.
And that is what his face,
So that's his punishment, for Carl's punishment, that he takes his Judith?
No. Remember how?
Yeah, we were talking the trailer. Right?
He said, "Find me something interesting."
Right.
I mean, as enough to get from scavenging, but he doesn't.
They don't find something interesting, and
he takes Judith.
Oh crud!
And then Rick's gonna lose it.
Here you go.
That's it.
Oh crud!
There is no peace. There is no whatever. He's done.
And then, and really, like, think about this, right? Because I'm saying this is going to happen. When Tara tells them about Oceanside, they go back there, they're going to say, listen, he took our leader's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to help us get her back? And they'll be like, yes, because maybe one of them, maybe the same thing happened to them or something. And then there you go.
Right.
Oh, my God.
What's up, James?
Hello. Oh, God, my picture. I apologize for that.
That's okay, bro. How you doing?
If you all need to know who this is, it's just the equivalent of I suppose, Bernie Sanders of the UK.
That's okay.
Right,
so tell us about Walking Dead. Do you like it?
Oh, this week, yeah. Picked up. Definitely picked up.
Yeah.
After some very slow episodes. However, I would say some parts of this episode, it was so cram-packed with good stuff. They could have put some parts of this episode in the earlier episodes this season.
Yeah.
They put so much stuff in it, and the Michonne stuff, and
Yeah.
I'd say the Michonne stuff and possibly the Rick and Aaron stuff could have been in an early episode too.
Do you think that Negan's going to take Judith?
They'll never hurt a baby, but he could take her. I won't think he'll hurt her.
Yeah.
He'll definitely
Take
use her
her
as a
for the
pawn.
interesting things. Remember, like Chris was just saying that. What if it's the interesting thing he takes because he told Rick he wanted him to get him something interesting, and it looks like to me like Aaron, like to us, that Aaron and him aren't able to find anything interesting. So because it's like getting down.
Yeah, I think they're going to come back empty-handed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or could it be Carl? Because obviously he finds Carl very interesting too.
Yeah.
Um,
But he's got some more storyline from the comic in like Hilltop and stuff like that. And he wouldn't be able to. I don't think he would want him to leave if he takes him.
tonight,
Was Hilltop in the finale or not?
Yeah, but it's I
And
think
the Kingdom.
maybe near the end, maybe right at near the end. I think that's probably where Daryl is probably going to end up at after he gets out, because I don't think he's going to go back to Alexandria right away.
Maybe he can go to the Kingdom instead.
Negan's there, and Negan would see him and take him back unless he leaves first, and then he goes. And since Jesus is out there, I think he runs into Jesus, and Jesus knows that they were on their way to Alexandria. And Daryl even knew where they were going because he told him, "I'm taking him back home." And he's like, "If you hurt him, So he won't go back to Alexandria. So I think he's going to go to Hilltop because that's where Jesus had just left. He
Right.
was following them from Hilltop, and he knows it's safe because Maggie and them are there, and so he'll take them there.
Oh, but tonight was awesome. It was actually, last night, sorry. The episode hinged on Chandler Riggs being, a good actor. And
Yeah.
earlier this season and in the seasons before, he's been, in my opinion, pretty bad.
Mhm.
But tonight, he was good. And if he was bad, the episode would have been bad.
Yeah.
It all hinged on him being
He
at
had
least moderately good.
He had really good chemistry with Negan. I like how when you see those two acting on each other, like toward back and forth, it's quite interesting. Even though I can't stand Negan, but that's because I love Jeffrey.
I love Negan.
I hate him, and he does such a good job at being a villain but his back and forth with Carl, I was always looking forward to that.
You're like, oh, Negan's a good guy, and then he irons someone's face. Oh, okay, yeah. Right.
Well, Chris, you like Negan, right?
Oh, I think Negan is possibly one of the best characters on television.
Yeah.
He's the best character Robert Kirkman's ever made.
It just means he's well written as what he is.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I think he has a heart. I think
Better than the governor.
he is
I think.
twisted.
Yeah, he's better. Wow, you imagine
Way
them
much
going
better.
at it.
Way better writer. Way
I
better.
think. Well, look at him. He did actually show some compassion. I do think he has a heart. I think he would never hurt a baby, and he's already said he doesn't like to hurt women. He does have, but you can see his flawed, evil sides. Like he only killed 2 of Rick's guys, and Rick killed like 50 of his guys. So it's, in theory, it's all right. The ironing thing seems a bit odd, and it seems a bit cruel, but it does keep him in line. Rules are rules. Without those rules, that group would all fall apart and they'd all kill each other. So, I like Negan. I think it's funny. I think in the promo with his shaved beard, I don't like that. I want that beard back.
I said, eat even more comic Negan is what I said when I saw it. I'm like,
So at least it's picked up where now things are starting to heat up.
yeah.
We're enjoying it better. That the characters are having to pay our balls and just.
I'm just happy
Going
he's almost free from the sanctuary. That's all I'm happy about right now.
We're going to have more interesting stuff with the Kingdom. Now the Kingdom won't be boring anymore in the second half next season.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
It's going to be very good. It just took a while to introduce because it was going to be slow this season because it had to introduce us to multiple groups, multiple characters.
That's how it is. Whenever you're introducing a new group or person, it takes a while.
I personally enjoyed all the episodes this season. I know that's an unpopular view. I like those type of episodes because you needed a bit of a calm down after episode 1.
So now we're going to get a break. After December, January, there's going to be nothingness.
February.
And then February, it's going to be Valentine's Day, where it's going to start again, right?
No, it's actually I know episode 10 is the 19th. And so the week before that is the season
12.
for me.
Oh,
So
on my birthday, February 12th, it's going to be?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah,
That's
your
awesome.
birthday. Your birthday. Yeah, the 12th, your birthday.
There you
Nice.
go. Matrix.
I already said that. Remember, Joe, and I told you, and you're like, oh, really, my birthday? I'm
That's
like,
right, my birthday. The Walking Dead premiere. That's pretty good. Even Deadpool came out on my birthday. That was cool, too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think be awesome? I know it's a bit off topic. I know they would never do it because of ratings, but I'd love them to do a Christmas special sometime. I'd love that.
Yeah,
For
I
a
know.
Walking Dead thing?
They were
I'd
talking
like to
about
see how the
having-
survivors try and celebrate Christmas. Obviously, it's very hard to judge time, but
Yeah.
maybe have a, I know that's weird.
Well, I want to see them in the wintertime.
But they talked about that there might be snow eventually.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Where it snows, they're up in.
They will have to do that. They've avoided that in the past because obviously that's harder to film, and
Yeah.
also
They
it's
can do
slow the
CGI.
pace of the comics. However, they will need to draw the comics out now because they're catching up to the comics quite fast.
Yes,
So-
and they don't want to do a time jump because then they'll totally catch up to it.
A winter season would be a good idea to
Yes,
slow
exactly.
it down.
What
But it
I'm
wouldn't be boring because we have so many interesting groups.
And
We could have-
also, get this, also with winter, they'll be, I mean, of course, they'd have to really work good with the actors, make sure they have those like they did with Carrie Payton. They have him with these shirts that have this like piping inside of it so they can keep him cool because he's wearing those heavy coats. So they'll have to do that with everyone. But then for that kind of season with winter, they'd have to have the cast in these big coats and make them look like they're in winter. So it'd be cool to have for the wardrobe department to have them have cool, like a change in, the clothes they wear normally. So it'd be cool to see. And then, of course, not only that, but also the scenery, seeing it snow and the background and all that.
And we're not going to get Fear the Walking Dead until April.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
I don't care.
nobody
It
cares
got
about
better. It did get better. but
it did.
It's
Yeah,
not on
it
the
got
class.
better. Yeah.
It's not on the class of the.
Yeah,
I mean,
not bad enough. Not
Travis is very good in that show. They did kill off one of the most spoilers for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah, thank God
Kill
for
off the
that.
most horrible character in the history of time. So
Yeah.
that's not. Which is Chris.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, well, he went to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so you knew he was dying.
Well, I won't be watching him when he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I
The
think he's
kid
already
can't
been.
act. He can't act. He has like a mopey face, and he just.
Yeah.
If you can't act, it makes it worse.
All right, so I want to get out of Walking Dead because stuff has come up that I want to talk about on the Everything Show. And I do want to talk a little bit about Who. So thank you, Gloria. Thank you, James. Thank you, Chris.
Had fun.
Take care. Bye for now.